All right, let me get into this, and then we'll talk some more. Because I got to figure out where to place my um, gotta figure out where I got to place my overlay here. I usually like to make sure it is over the chat area or under the chat areas, so that things are a little bit more. I try to make sure that the heads-up display in this overlay doesn't um, conflict with each other. Sometimes the overlay here is less helpful, and or is it as helpful? Star Trek on a Line anniversary. What is this? Latest update. Age of Discovery. I don't want that. Victory is life. Ah, cool. So, I gotta figure out why I'm at Starfleet Command. So let me figure what's going on. Go to the mail. Huh, I'm still in the fleet. I would like to build my own fleet, to be honest. Um, and still in this fleet. Can't believe it. My goal with Olympia Prime is not to just become a channel, but it becomes a team of gamers. Um, and I'll show you some things. What? What do they call it? The end game for one could only imagine. Featured project. Let me check out my duty officers. They should be 9 of them are completed finally. So with this game, there's a lot of conversation I want to have because there's a lot I want to go over too. Um, so collect, 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 and collect critical successes. I like it. The interstate or interest.
Congratulations, Admiral.
R.I.P. Mr. Leonard, Mr. Nimoy. Um, science, right? I had to go back in there. Crazy man. All right, let's see about getting some more assignments happening before we go further. So, I was asked, if I prefer Star Trek or Star Wars as a matter of preference in sci-fi franchises. And now I have an acute imagination, I like to think, and I often say that Star Wars and Star Trek aren't different. They're the same, and I'll get into that in just a second. I don't want to be misunderstood here as to why I'm saying what I'm saying. Star Trek essentially is taking place from uh, 100 to 300 years from now, right? Or 200 years, right? 21st century, we're at the 21st. So 300 years, right? Um, maybe 400. You know, I think they're into 25th now. Okay, I want to show, not, no, 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 no. Don't show all. I'd like you to show the ones that I can do. This creation scientist. Whoops. Uh, no, no. Forget it. Forget it. Um, I am missing something. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. So in 2 hours, those things are going to get done. No, forget it. Begin that assignment. Begin that one. I'm doing these at random. Well, not necessarily random. What I'm looking for also is the success rates. The less times I lose, the better. Like that one. And that one. And that one. medical is pretty standard. So here's the thing about Star Wars and Star Trek. The premise of Star Trek, we kick off in about 200 to 300 years from now, or 100. I guess if you want to go from the specifics, you're looking at 100 years from now to 300 to 400 years from now, and Star Wars is in a galaxy far, far away. Um, Indeed, I am. And whoops. Huh. Ooh, that looks like a cold-blooded um, thing there. I'm actually just going to do some patrols. So let's do this. Return the ship. So with Star Wars being in a galaxy far, far away, um, Star Trek wise, we're just in one galaxy right now. But you see in Star Wars, you have humans in other parts of the galaxy, and other parts of the universe, rather. As if it's a common thing. It's as if the galaxies is nothing more than another continent. Sometimes it seems like it's no different for a guy to go from one galaxy to another as we would fly from Europe to Africa, whatever. You know what I mean? And it's just um, which also means that you're at a place in time that's so far in the future that you're making that kind of leap. See, right now, if you stay to the Star Trek lore, if you will, it for Voyager to actually um make it from the Delta Quadrant back to the Alpha Quadrant back to home, it was supposed to be a 75-year trip. You know, uh, we just saved off 90% of that there time because we're not going to spend 75 years making that journey home in real time. That said, um, if we're struggling at this time, or Star Trek time, if I may use that, Where should I go for a good patrol? Let's go. A Vega system. And so if we're struggling at 75 years to go from one side of one galaxy to the other, we're nowhere near hopping galaxies yet, right? So that could presuppose that um, that could suggest that Star Wars and Star Trek, their times are just at a different distance, right? We're in a distance where, again, we're hopping galaxies in the sense of, one second. Um, in the sense of Star Trek, to go from one solar system to the next is pretty common, right? It may take an hour to get there, whatever. Um, but for Star Wars to go from galaxy to galaxy, it takes a few moments, right? And which is pretty significant. We know if you know anything about anything um, concerning light speed and stuff like that, it's a pretty significant thing. And and you got ships on there, you got vessels on there that's 5,000 years old, and stuff like that. So there's a lot of ancient stuff on there. However, I always see it like this: Star Wars could very well be what the future of humanity may be like concerning after Star Trek. So, for instance, if we were to go 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 years in the future, maybe we're able to hop the galaxies, right? Maybe we're able to do that by that time. I don't know how long it takes us to do anything, but um, maybe 1,000, 1,500 years from now, another 500 years, maybe. Who knows? Then all of a sudden we're getting into galactic conflicts, where one galaxy is warring against another galaxy, right? Um, well, it's just the way things are, I guess. Or is it done that way? I'm trying to think. Are they hopping galaxies? I know in Andromeda they're hopping galaxies, which is another Gene Roddenberry. Well, I guess they're not hopping galaxies, or are they? I can't remember. Here we go. We're in a Vega system. I guess they can't patrol the system. Oops. I love those wrong buttons. Ooh, conflict. Anyhow, it's just um, I just think Star Wars is further along. If we were to go with the story of um, linear, like, well, things that took place. And obviously, we don't know the history of Star Wars, right? But you can imagine how perhaps maybe Star Wars, or for humanity to get to all over the place like we see them in Star Wars. Um, it took the efforts of people from Star Trek, as it were, to get them out there. It's just one of those things. And I try to tie the two together in a sense so that it makes kind of make an idea of what to make of it all. But I don't really share I don't share the hatred of one or the other. Like you can't be a Star Trek fan. If you're a Star Trek fan, you hate everything Star Wars. If you're a Star Wars fan, you hate everything Star Trek. And for some reason, people can't find a medium. And I'm not that type of an individual. I try to find the soft balance between the two. And I believe there could be a story if you wanted to tie it together. I'm not going to try, but it's just one of those things. It's all up to you. Um, but I play both franchises. I got Star Wars Battleground 2, is it? Battlefront 2, and that war is over. Wrong buttons again. Oh, I'm on the other side of the systems. Nowhere near where I'm supposed to be. Now, I should do the main mission, but I'm not going to. Not for a while, anyways. Um, it also leads me to the question: Do I have a PlayStation 4? I don't. I do. I don't mind it. I just don't want to play on a PlayStation 4. I don't want to own two systems because then I have to decide what system I want to buy what on. You know what I mean? And which is fine. You know what? It doesn't matter to me. Um, and in a gaming industry, we need to knock that wall down. We got to stop having. Um, I'm pretty sure developers would love. Oops. I'm sure developers love to code once and play it on all the systems. I believe that. If I was a developer, that's how I prefer it. Ooh, what is that? I'm gonna be way out of my league. I can't even tell you what that vessel is. It's been a while since I actually played this game. Where'd you come from? I had no idea what was going on. Woo. There we go. I don't think I will. Uh-oh. Okay. I thought I was having computer issues or headphone issues. So here's the thing. So I do play Star. I played the Star Trek Bridge Crew. Let's go ahead. This might be a patrol on the computer, which is where I bought it at. I need a more powerful laptop, so I can play it on my laptop. That will be a future goal. And I like the game. I like the concept of team efforts, right? Does that make sense? I like it where it's not about straight. Uh, it's not about a guy who's, hold on a minute, more aggressive in this area of space. We believe that they're using this system as a staging ground to prepare a larger attack. I'm gonna go get the upper hand, Zeus. What you do here could turn the tide of war. Awesome. I gotta destroy 3 squadrons. So I like it where the skill, like this is a game of, and generally online RPGs is nothing but, um, are you level 5 or are you level 10? And then you're having to, um, you know, you, chances are level 5 is not going to beat that level 10 because um, the defense or the attacks may be a little bit higher, kind of thing. And so a game like Bridge Crew, where it's straight skill and teamwork and cooperation, like Smite is like that, kind of, right? I mean, they do got the level 20s and stuff, but it's not about I mean, it resets for every game, right? So you're not leaving at level 20. You know, when you come back to the next game, you got to come back and start all over again. Whoa. Woo, good hit. All right. Let's do some healing. My inventory is full. So, as I was saying, you know, another, you know, so, uh, another game like that that I'm referring to here is, and obviously I don't concentrate very well while I'm in the midst of a brawl. I'm always focused on the victory, which is ideal. Anyways, Sea of Thieves, it has the right idea too. You know, you get on there with a bunch of 4 friends, and it takes everybody doing their part. Obviously, you can't have 4 guys steering the ship, right? Um, and if you have a very good crew that works well together, it's not saying that you'll be undefeated. It's just you work. It goes a lot easier. And and I always say, well, you know what I would like then? To use that kind of concept and the concept of Star Trek Bridge Crew, and then marry those together, because in Bridge Crew you're just really stuck on a ship, right? I would like to take more, um, do more away missions. That's the whole point of Star Trek, is to go out there and explore. Sometimes that's all people do on Sea of Thieves. You just go out there and explore, and then take on missions if you wanted to, or whatever the case may be. Um, but not just Star Trek. A Star Wars game like that would be great too. Mixed in with some sort of story or something. It's taking forever to get over there. Okay, I got it now. So my speakers wasn't going on. It was is trying to use a what is it called? Relational sound or something like that where oh well. Boom. My inventory is full. Let's see what I can do about my inventory. It's probably a bunch of stuff I don't ever need. Woo! Maybe I don't need any of this stuff. What I need is a bank. Wow, this rain pretty good. Let's go ahead and add this stuff in there. Sort this stuff out later. Um, and my has this stuff I could go to a store and sell it. Oh, there's going to be a lot of work here. I bet you that's the reason why I went to the space dock. Contraband. That is to be expected. I might have to go close a window, which I don't want to do. Trust me on this one. I need that fresh air. Okay, so what I'll do is all right. Actually, I'll end it here for now.